Detox, y'all. So, Dave Ski in the place to see with another one. Another installment.
You know it.
Yeah. Tricking out these beats just a little bit. Creating this little man cave for y'all so we can get it in. Talk about some shit. Yo, it's gonna be a harsh topic today, but we're gonna try to get through it with a little bit of fun by exploring the fun memories of it first, then how it takes its course down the dark path. Talking about alcoholism in the black community especially. All cultures really.
Alcoholism.
Man, with black culture, man, FBA culture, oh.
It does get very deep within black culture.
I mean, everything about it, the peer pressure, the luring into the abundant style of drinking, heavy drinking, light drinking, moderate drinking, casual, social drinking. We're going to talk about how all of this comes into play. They all play a part to bring families down. How the slope gets slippery when you're in that path. The marketing of all these companies, how intricate that is to get into the foundation of black American culture, and a lot of things, just a lot of things on how it's set up within neighborhoods and how alcohol is always there, just kind of lurking around corners. And it's a very sneaky kind of a addiction that'll swarm and take over a whole set of families pretty intensely. And it has this back burner kind of feel, and it puts a hell of a dent in FBA culture. It has a major play in post-traumatic slavery disorder. Alcohol is like a crutch. You know, it's a coping mechanism that has a lot of power in it, and we're going to discuss those powers, how to be aware of them, how being a moderation man really doesn't work, and how do you get yourself to stop drinking, and how to detox yourself from the evils of alcohol. Big pun intended. You have to detox, baby.
Two dudes talking about all kind of this.
Let's go through the usual disclaimer action here. A little disclaimer action for you.
Disclaimer.
As usual, this show is not meant to deface or disparage any type of cultural entity or persons or groups. This is just a personal journey, and these personal journeys and opinions may not reflect the ideologies of you, any other persons, the YouTube podcast gods, or the Apple podcast gods. This is just a sentiment trying to help those seek a way, a path to find the light out of the dark journey of demon water. And we're going to try to make it fun too. So y'all hang on, hold on, let's get it in. Let me get some shout outs real quick. Shouts out to the regulars. DJ J Mob, the pimp dealer, holding down Raymond Financials, the true to the game investment firm coming soon. Of course, Father Lux, Big City Red, System D128, Block South Beats. My man E holding down the Inglewood Rec Center over there. Shouts out to all the beat gods coming soon throughout the show, you know that. 360 Wave Kings, Real So Candy, Patra, and Lodell Stanley with the real estate ism for anyone buying or selling homes out there. The barbershop homies throughout Central Florida. Stay Fly Cuts, Dimensions, Razor Edge, Finishing Touch, 5-star cuts. George at the Hilton Garden Orlando Airport doing his thing. Cruise Port Transportation deals. The Big Fly homie Bruce Marshall with the luxury chauffeur service as well. More shout outs throughout the show. Complimentary ads and drops for all the small businesses throughout Central Florida. But I'm Dave Ski in the place to see, kicking the game so righteously and infinitely. Yo, let's get it in. 2D Talks, y'all, get your rhymes ready. Let's spit to the beat. What do you say?
Are you kidding me, man? That stuff in there tastes like fruit punch. I could drink that all night.
What did it, Holmes? 2DT AAKS.
Leave.
Big up Father Lux.
Leave.
Herb Scratch.
Leave every day.
Dave Ski.
Like it's your last one. No, yeah.
Let's organize reasoning and knowledge. Spend 2 more years to get through college. Doesn't really matter anymore anyways, cause knowledge of the gods lasts more always.
All the way until this day.
Yep, all the way until this day you wanna front. Hey, yo, peace goes out to the gods. Gods. Ah, yeah. The gods. Peace goes out to the gods.
Say what?
Peace goes out. The gods. Ah, yeah. Alright, y'all know what to do.
The mic.
The intro, yo, come in, flow, uno, do, tre, quattro, flow, hit it.
The mic.
The first time it started to really hit me organically, when we were making breakbeats, it was me and J Mob. That's my blood brother, man, J Mob. He was the first one really in the family that started to really pursue pre-production real seriously. So he got the SP12 before the SP1200. He got the SP12, and we were fooling around with it, trying to do the 2-second sampling time, and we had a whole bunch of records. And the record collection started to pile up because when Jay started to pursue collections of various records, he goes all in. He went all in. And there was a particular record. I was trying to do the SP12 on my own when nobody was in the house. I was trying to just fool around with it, just to see what it was about. It was complicated, but just to see what it was about. So I was trying to get a breakbeat from an old Gil Scott-Heron record. So I was listening to the Midnight Band album, and I was also listening to the Winter in America album. And I'm more of a guy that's real organically involved with this art stuff, man. So I'll take the alchemy in and feel the organic creation of a song. You know what I mean? Those Gil Scott-Heron records just started to grab me, and I actually started to sit down, put it on the Tech 12, and just started to listen. The Winter in America album was so gripping, and then that's when I heard the Bottle song. I heard the song The Bottle on the Gil Scott-Heron album, and that shit was riveting, man. That's the first time I started to notice what are the crippling effects of alcohol on humanoids, and specifically foundational Black Americans. So I put the record down. Jay comes back into the room. We had a little piece of a man cave in the old room back in this is the late 80s, early 90s. We was messing around in Pop's house and trying to do breakbeats on this SP12. So when we were in that little spot, we were having some fun. I had a Tech 12 in there. We had 2 Tech 12s in there, an SP12 and an SP1200, and some crates, and we just used to get down and try different stuff in there. And then one night, Dad just got pissed, man. Pops came in the room, man, and he was trying to talk some shit. And Jay was feeling it big time because he was trying to argue back for a quick minute. I just stayed still, stayed silent, because I knew, man, Dad was tipsy as a motherfucker, man. He was tipsy as hell, drinking Coke 45. Miller Lite was his starter beer. Then he would switch to Coke 45. And then maybe Bacardi White Rum was his after dinner drink. So picture this scene right here. Meanwhile, 2 hours, 3 hours before, I just heard a whole nice slew of Gil Scott Heron and listening to The Bottle intricately. And, you know, when the goosebumps gets on your arms and shit, when you're listening to music. That's how I listen to music. That shit really rips my soul, man. It gets into me. And I had goosebumps on my arms listening to that song. Then boom, here comes Pops coming into the room, ready to rip us a new asshole. Because my Pops hated rap music, man. He hated that shit. My mom's brothers, my uncles on my mom's side did too. They hated rap music, man. They hated that shit with a passion. Man, they hated that shit. So Pops was on one, right? Comes into the room. He starts trying to analyze and configure rap music, the shit that they were listening to. And he's trying to analyze what they were doing on these machines with the spirit of anger and the spirit of malt liquor. So he comes in the room, looks at the turntable, looks at the SP1200, looks at the SP12, and he looks at us, grabs a record cover and starts talking to us. He says something like this. He goes, "What are y'all niggas doing in here? The hell are you listening to, boy? What is all this bullshit? Give me that record. You see these niggas on this record cover right here? These niggas ain't shit." You know, he's just on one. He's going off a little bit. And I know he was tipsy. Jay kind of knew he was tipsy too. But Jay was trying to be protective of the art form because, you know, we just fell in love with hip hop. Since day one, when we first kind of discovered it in the mid 80s, we just kind of fell in love with that shit. It was so, you know, hip hop back then was so off the chain. Everybody wanted to do it and everybody wanted to perfect a different element of it. Anyway, in the room, when Dad was going off on us, it's crazy too because I was watching him with the record cover in his hand. He was holding the Eric B. Rakim, the Eric B. Rakim No Omega album. I was like, wow, I hope he doesn't destroy that shit, because that shit was a gem, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Doing it with the R, Mahogany, No Omega, Let the Rhythm Hit Him. And of course in the ghetto, I'm like, man, when he was cussing us out, in the back of my mind I was thinking, damn, I hope he doesn't destroy that record. Because it was hard to find records like that, you know, vinyl in the O-Town. You had to really go on a good digging to get those types of records. So Dad was cussing us out. I was hoping that the shit wouldn't go full-fledged, man, because Jay seemed like he wanted to throw blows with the man. He was real protective of hip-hop because, you know, those, even back then, the SP12 and the SP1200 cost a lot of money. Plus, you had to go do a lot of shit to get that type of gear. Anyway, Jay remained humble. I could see a tear forming in his eye. He was like, man, I don't even want to fuck with this shit no more. He just wanted to bail, get the hell out the crib. So after he cussed us out, I was like, at least he didn't destroy the record. He left, went back to the fridge, got some more Colt 45, or I think he probably did a shot of Bacardi white rum. Sat way on the other side of the house to watch his little shows. Jack Klugman, the Quincy Show, MacGyver, Married with Children, or some type of a boxing show. We would continue to do what we were doing in the beat room, but, you know, we just put headphones on. And, you know, the kicker to this little story here is that, man, years went by, and every time Dad would hear the message on the radio, you know, because back then, since, you know, hip-hop had so many different styles, the message was so damn raw that even older generation folk would listen and get it. So picture my Pops, man, an old-ass version of myself, but way more angrier. And he's got a bottle on the counter, Schlitz tall can on the table, Cavassier on the top shelf of the refrigerator, and the message might play on either a tape. I'm not sure what station was rocking back then. I'm thinking it was WORL. I know it wasn't WLOF, that's too far back. But maybe a tape would be playing from the old WGPR tapes from Detroit. Something would be playing, but you know what I mean? Like throughout the years, I would notice my dad in private. Like you would kind of sneak up on him in different rooms, and he would be, yo, man. He could sing the message all the way through. This is why I'll be putting Melly Mel in the top 5, because you really have MCs that could actually flip the mental states of older generations. Man, when my pops would have a bottle in his hand and that song would come on, he would rejoice when the chorus would come on in, man. Don't push me. Cause picture like a 1940s, 50s, 60s narcissist, old, light-skinned New Orleans cat with a bottle in his hand and a beer on the table singing that shit and actually feeling it. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge.
Y'all finish it out.
I'm trying not to.
Say what?
You know what I'm saying? That nigga, he looked like he was really on the edge. I'm like, yo. But it's like, yo, man, alcohol, man. It was always around. It was so desensitized in our family. Well, I should say families, plural. It was so desensitized because bottles were always in the house all over the place. Sometimes we would have no food in the crib, but there would be Colt 45, 32 ounces laced up in the fridge. And, you know, as a little kid, teenager, you think all of that shit was just nasty. Older dudes that my pops was hanging out with, they would always offer us beer. At the picnics, they would always have these little beer coolers opened up, and some of the kids that were at the picnics would pop a beer open and try it and spit it out because it was so nasty. But then, you know, of course, a few years later, your taste buds changed. And then, I'll never forget the first time, well, let me just end a little mini story real quick. Pops was just being Pops. He would always fuck with us every now and then on the hip-hop shit, always fucking with us with that shit. But throughout the years, he grew to enjoy some parts of it because throughout the years, you had this devolvement, and he would much rather like the shit that we were doing as opposed to all the shit that came out after the Run DMC era. It's just crazy how it is because my pops and all my uncles on my mom's side had mad records, and they hated hip-hop, but yet they had all these records that you could take, sample, and make hella beats out of. I always thought that shit was crazy. Anyway, years later, I actually put that crazy picture on a CD. It was called the Black Singularity Mixtape. Just messing around with Lil Boogie in the studio. Put together that mix CD just for the hell of it and trying to do like a preliminary promotions type of a CD before
The Daysky Father Looks album.
But this was just all a bunch of crazy shit that happened back then, and it seems like, you know, the desensitization of alcohol was always in the air, and if you didn't have any wisdom, you didn't really know why would motherfuckers go off on you all of a sudden. It was because of the liquor, man, because of the alcohol. Years later, you figure it out. Even though all these dudes could hold their liquor, they could hold mad liquor, they could hold beer, liquor, everything. But that shit could sneak up on a motherfucker and just surface out of nowhere. And grown folk, old dudes, were just trying to go off on you all of a sudden. That's, you know, Hollywood code. Let the liquor tell it. You know what I mean?
Don't mind your daddy, baby. He just a little tipsy. He been hitting that bottle. You know he like a little taste every now and then. He just on that little bottle up there. So don't mind your daddy. He just a little tipsy.
That's what moms would kind of say. She would bring these caveats up because these dudes would all know how to hold their liquor, my pops and my mom's brothers. So they would look like Black Dynamite. You know, remember when Black Dynamite would say,
I am smiling.
They would look like that, but yet they'll be toasted like a motherfucker, man. Drinking started with me in high school, man. Major years ago. And it started with Schlitz malt liquor and Mickey's. And this was like a weekend thing. We would have to get out the house and hang out with the homies from the football team or the basketball team. And they would go where? To the Asian man. He would sell us beer, Mickey's, Schlitz malt liquor, tall cans. And we would have the weekend meal of choice would be, you know, Domino's pizza with a 6-pack of cold Schlitz malt liquor. And I remember the first time my brother drank some of that beer. We were pizza connoisseurs, man. We just loved pizza when we were kids. So, teenager, eating pizza all the time. My homie Melvin Blue had some malt liquor, Schlitz, some Bulls, tall cans. Popped it open. Jay started drinking one. After he got maybe 3/4 down with the first tall can, he made an erroneous comment. He was like, yo, man, what is this shit again? He put the tall can down. Man, this shit makes you tired. That was the first interaction with brew. And then from there, it just kind of became this huge, lengthy experience with all different types of alcohol throughout the years. And it really kind of bloomed when I first used to hang out with this dude named O in the hood. The Heights, Bruton Boulevard, the Strip, which was Prince Hall Boulevard, Kirkland Road, Richmond Heights, Richmond Estates. It's my partners, you know, went to school with these dudes. Big City Red and OP, they were kind of like my homies that kind of guided me throughout all these different sections of the hood. We was riding through in this old Mustang I used to have, and I met this guy, man. He was like a master drinker. He was an alcoholic. I'm not sure how many years he was an alcoholic, but when we went to go see this guy, his name was Mr. Jr. He had a lot of different nicknames. I think it was Mr. Jr. His dad's name was Mr. And they called him CJ, or they called him Beanie. And the first time I met this dude, we were going to go to CJ's house, Beanie's house, to get some beer. Something was going to happen where we were trying to get loaded up with some good brew or some liquor or something. The first thing he said when he looked at us in the car, you know, OP was like,
Hey, what's up, yo? We trying to get that bottle.
And then CJ looked at us in the car and he said, who's in that car, man? Man, you bringing these fools over here, man? These niggas can't drink. So the first impression from alcohol was some type of a rite of passage or a badge of honor if you could actually hold your liquor. This is like a strange mystique within the ghetto. Like, to become a master of pacing out a buzz, it takes years to control this, man. And this is some type of a badge of honor probably within a lot of different hoods. This is like a badge of honor. Like if you could hold and control your liquor and your beer. Mysteriously and deceptively, of course, this just brings you down into a cesspool of alcoholism. And it does it where you're not even knowing because you're so young. Without any wisdom, you don't even know what's going on. All you know is that you want to be a chest beater, King Kong style, and say, hey man, I can hold mines. That's like a major saying in the hood when you're hanging around with dudes that know how to drink, air quotes over the word no. It's like, okay, you have knowledge of drinking, you have knowledge of holding a buzz. The main statement in the hood that the homies love to say was, man, I can hold mines, dog, yeah. You know what I mean? You could pour a little gin inside that OE. I could hold mines. So, of course, when I first met Beanie, CJ, Mr. Jr., man, there's no way you can hang with this dude when it comes to drinking. Dude could kick back a 32 ounce of OE like it wasn't nothing. He would do King Cobra with Courvoisier like you just drinking tea or something. So think about it. It was malt liquor already, King Cobra, and then you have Courvoisier added to it. So it's like double malted liquor. It's crazy to think about how many different styles of drinking that we used to do. But it all makes sense because of all the marketing. I mean, remember Lawrence Fishburne played Furious Styles inside of the Boys in the Hood movie with Dre's dad, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s dad, and he made that soliloquy over the Stanley Clarke beat on the soundtrack to Boys in the Hood, the Stanley Clarke beat. And that song was actually called Black on Black Crime. That was probably the best song on the soundtrack, even though it didn't have any lyrics. You know, Stanley Clarke just played that shit so magnificently, it made you think about the title of the record. And, you know, it fit pretty well with Lawrence Fishburne saying that soliloquy over the beat where all you see is guns and malt liquor and cigarette ads on all the corners. He was saying how neighborhoods are like, wow, you got all of these advertisements, Newport cigarette ads and Old English billboards in the hood. And the bodegas over there in the hood still sell the same old stuff. Beer, coffee, cigarettes, lottery tickets, weave hair, nails, and newspapers. Not so much newspapers anymore because of the digital age, but I mean, those bodegas sell the same old stuff in Asian stores and Indian stores and Arabic-owned stores in the hood. And you think about that shit, man. That shit still exists today. After all these years, man, you can go down 29th Street, Rio Grande, 30th Street, 31st Street, then you can go down there to North Rio Grande towards the World Camping Stadium, and you can still see Oasis Liquor right there. The store's been there for 40-something years, man. Just continuously exploiting the hood. Getting black dollars from those neighborhoods right there And you look at the line that Eddie Murphy said in Dolemite Is My Name, every neighborhood got these same 5 blocks. Think about that shit, man. Wow. And I was such a sucker, man, just trying to get stripes for being a good drinker, which was so stupid and dumb. It's like, damn, man, the hood just brings you down with that shit. For real, for real. You're trying to become some type of a drinking expert because of the brainwashing inside of the marketing. It's so damn deep. Look at how organic the St. Ives commercials were. All the hard-edged rappers rapping about a malt liquor, and it made it so organic. I mean, you'll never see like Jameson inside a Coors Light, and they'll have, flip the script, reverse it. They'll have like a 9-point or a CBGB style punk rock dude saying about how Coors Light is now malt Coors or something. It's like all that liquored up beer, man. It's all directed towards blacks in the ghetto. And years later, you get all the wisdom and understand, that this is just a masterful plan by the supremacists to destroy FBA culture with that soft genocide, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, these are the most robust beverage ever. The malt liquor, man. Elephant, Private Stock, King Cobra, Old E, St. Ives Fruit Punch, regular St. Ives. Then cats will make their own versions of stuff like Alizé brandy mixed with Red Striper, Amstel Light with Old Granddad in it. These are just robust beverages that nobody needs to be fucking around with, man. That's just terrible. Can't believe that we made it through these phases, because once you get the badge of honor and then you know how to drink, next thing you know, that's it, man. You're drinking a lot of different types of alcohol and not even thinking about it, because you keep trying to go back to that saying, oh, it's all good, homie. I can hold mine. And that shit don't mean shit when you get older. And, your stomach starts fucking up, liver starts falling out your ass, kidney starts dropping out your dick, and it's like, yo, your intestines are not saying, hey, I can hold mine. Your motherfucking intestines are falling out your goddamn ass because you're drinking like a damn walrus. It's like thinking about all of that shit that happened. Like King T, he had the Alcoholics on his records, and then they came out with their own albums and they went solo. Tash had his stuff. I'm like, yo, man, there was an actual group called the Alcoholics. Like, there was a journal back then next to On The Go magazine. There was a journal called 40 Ounces in a Blunt magazine. All this shit was like, wow, man. We didn't even think about it. We were so desensitized to the shit, but this shit existed, man, to ruin your whole soul and culture all at the same time, all through crazy wild styles of alcohol. Alright, so drink training to get the pace on your buzz with these types of robust drinks. What do? Well, you have to drink slow, and the training was at least 8 times a month. Why training? Well, most people do not know how to drink. They turn vile, they pass out, act stupid, get mad, want to fight. Strongly affects judgment, strongly affects decisions. In cold environments, it gives the illusion of warmth. Unsung Nate Dogg, look at that story, man. He had Hennessy on his deathbed. He was that much of an alcoholic. Something about the battle of alcohol with the ghetto. And look at the stores that sell alcohol. Look at liquor stores. What do they usually say on the window? It says beer, wine, cigars, and sometimes it'll say, what? Spirits. What is a spirit? That's liquor. But scripturally saying, though, what is a spirit? That shit can be dangerous. A spirit gets in you, especially a demonic spirit, and they telling you right on the window, hey man, you come in here and get some spirits. And that's why you see fools acting up on that stuff, because number one, they can't hold it. Number two, they caught a spirit. Next thing you know, they fucking up their life, and they could be fucking you up because their life is fucked up. And this is the bringing down effect of alcohol, which coincides with post-traumatic slavery disorder. Just bringing you down, man. They want to have some type of a camaraderie, some type of dark camaraderie. And that's how you get to the terms drinking partners. So that dark camaraderie, man, where everybody's a drunk. So how do you get over this shit? How do you get through it? And how do you shun yourself away from the detriments of alcoholism? It's hard, man. It's wild, because
when you're indoctrinated into alcoholism, that's the problem, right?
My family, grandma on my mom's side, had 7 kids. I think she had 8 kids. I think 1 died early, but 7 kids I know. 5 boys, 2 girls, 5 uncles. 4 uncles are alcoholics. Then the rest, they knew how to drink. They were on the verge of alcoholism. You know, my mom, she drunk Kvass on the plane. She was always into her wine, but it was always some really nice high-end Kvass on airline flights. But everybody else, hardcore drinking. Now, when you're born into a cipher like that, it's hard, man. You're cursed from the jump, you know what I mean? So, this is what we'll do. We'll give some shout outs real quick. Let's do some complimentary ad drops here. Then we'll come back and I'll show you guys how do you wean yourself off of all of this? How do you get out of your own indoctrination into alcoholism? And how do you get on the wagon and stay on that bitch so that you can live a well-to-do life and yield towards extreme health to where your well-being is going to be solid? So let's give some shout outs real quick and then we'll come back and I'll show you guys how to do it.
2DTAAKS 2D Talks.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a digital concierge service in the palm of your hand. That's right. The Skyber app is now available on Google Play and the App Store. Don't miss your chance to get your money up easily. Skyber is the customizable tipping app. The best way to start a Skyber is to set up a Skyber work program right in your own home. Give a digital allowance to your seed and get back cash circulation rewards for doing just that. Those families that practice group economics on Skyber consistently will get consistent rewards. Basically, it's like this. Kids, teens, adolescents learn and practice entrepreneur skills on Skyber. If you and your family get creative with it, Skyber will break you off. You take care of your family and Skyber takes care of you. Check out all the FAQs on skyber.org, skyber.org. Also providing human interest caveats. Check this out. The only entity on the planet that's willing to help pay the reparations bill into selected FBA family participants. Skyber.org.
Get your money up.
Come on.
Skyber.
Get up on it.
Get your money up.
Skyber.
Come on. Get up on it.
Get your money.
Skyber hospitality tipping app, man. We about it.
This is Master P. To all my No Limit soldiers, check out the Skyber app, the hospitality app that anyone can customize, download, make a worker's account. You create the work. You heard me? Search Skyber service on Google Play in the App Store.
Redman is in the building, and I want to talk about Skyber. The first FBA to use Skyber after hearing this gets $100. Whoever uses it afterwards can still get tangibles on their worker accounts. Run a Skyber allowance order once a week. Your seeds gets commissions after 7 weeks. Get rewards for bouncing money within your family. Come on, get up on it. The only app helping FBAs practice group economics. Search Skyber app on Google Play or the App Store for details. Big up Diplo, System D, 128, DJ J-Law, and special shout out to Dave Ski and his stinking ass. Dave, you a beast for making it happen. Skyber, y'all. Get the app right now. Yo, Dave Ski.
Skyber.org.
What's up? Royce the 5'9" here, putting y'all up on Skyber, the customizable tipping app. And Skyber is a great way to teach young folks how to be entrepreneurs. Example. Check out the app. Parents can tip your kids out for chores. Teens that can keep their chores tight get a $100 commission after 7 work weeks. Check Google Play or the App Store. Download the app. Join Skyber quest to make group economics a reality within FBA culture. Foundational Black Americans. Big ups to Diplo, System D, 128, DJ J Mob, and special shout out to Lord Diesel, aka Dave Ski, my God, for making it happen. The airport app that you can customize and build within it. Learn and earn. Skyber app, y'all. Check it out.
Skyber.org.
Yo, what's good? Master Ace here, and I'm here to let you know about Skyber, the customizable tipping app, and the only app set to help pay out reparations. Let me explain how it works. The first FBA to use Skyber is going to earn $100. Whoever uses it afterwards can still get tangibles credited to their accounts. There's no law against companies paying out reparations, right? Instead of following these coon babbling trends, let's set the trend so FBAs can start to stack paper. Search Skyber app on Google Play or the App Store for details. Big ups to Diplo, System D128, DJ J-Mar, and a special shout to Lork Diesel, aka Dave Ski, for making it happen. Skyber app. Check it out.
Get up on it.
Alright, shout outs to the beat gods. Check it out. Rim Dollar Music, Sci-Fi the Fourth. Of course, J Smooth. That's the main homie right there. I'm a smooth beat connoisseur myself, so I flow to J Smooth's beats like Guru flowed over at Premiere. Batman 2, big props to those guys. Michael, or should I say Michael? M-I-C-H-A-L. Noisy Beats, Romalo, Black Cafe, Batman, Luca Burr, Esco, J Hunt, Lonely Grind, Timothy Infinite, all the beat gods. The regulars, once again, Fix2Fast.net, Airflow Systems of Central Florida, Brooklyn Pizza, Bronx Pizza, for the kids that's trying to get that pizza night. The Winter Park Disc Centers of America, Spine and Injury Center. For any rack jobber out there with low back problem, they got those spinal decompression suites in there. Highly recommend those joints. Even though maybe 4 visits in, it works pretty good, man. Dr. Rex and all those guys over there. It's a good little spot if you have any situations with the lumbar area. Alright, also, the Earthy Picks Vegan Cafe. Give those guys a shout out real quick. They say it's absolutely the best vegan spot in Orlando. I'm looking forward to trying that New Age burrito. Dave's Key, you know what I'm saying? Always love a good kale burrito there. That's the Earthy Picks Vegan Cafe. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to the Inglewood Rec Center, serving up that evening, nighttime basketball, especially on the weekends. If y'all teens want to get out there and play some basketball, shoot some hoops. My man E holding it down. Block South Beats holding down the Inglewood Rec Center over there. East side, Central Florida, I believe, La Costa Drive. All right, complimentary ads and mentions on 2D y'all. Just hit me up. All right, let me go ahead and sum everything up here and give you guys a nice path to get on the wagon and stay there. This is how I did it. Usually when you do this, you have to do it through pain, and that's a shame. Once your body starts acting up and starts giving you pain, you're going to quit all of that shit instantaneously. Those that have ears, let them hear. Those that have eyes, let them lift those eyes up and see in the spirit. Learn from the plight of my own sorrows. This is what's coming for you. All right. First ulcer was in 2010. Ulcer attack. Bam. Fell to the ground. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. Went to the doctor. The first doctor misdiagnosed me. He said I had kidney stones. Didn't have kidney stones. Went to another doctor, the GI guy. Laid me down, did the endoscopy. Put that tube down a motherfucker throat. Look into your stomach, see what's going on. Shout out to the big homie Drew, trying to get a request in for gut health. A gut health show on 2D Talks. Well, this is the beginning here, buddy. Endoscopy style. Tube down the throat, seeing what's going on in the belly. Doctor said, well, you got a severe case of acid reflux disease. Hey, you know, drinking beer and hardcore liquor for 30 plus years. This is what's gonna happen to you, homie. So, the first beckoning of yearning towards knowledge on how to get well. So, I asked my doctor a question about what to do to fix the situation. This wasn't my PCP, this was the GI doctor. First thing he wanted to do, of course, was what? Put me on some motherfucking pills. Of course. I was asking the guy, alright, what am I supposed to do? Can I do maybe a detox could help out my stomach? The doctor was like, nah, man, you just want to take these pills. Right there, the spirit kind of hit me. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try a detox method. Hit up that broth, start doing smoothies. First time in my life, I started to feel better. So this is when I was doing the seesaw with the wagon thing. On the wagon, off the wagon, on the wagon, etc., etc. So, went through some major life problems, major pain. Had to face some supremacist tactics when I opened up a company back in 2011. That sent me spiraling down. Had to go to the liquor store to drown out the problem, so I was off the wagon officially 2012 through 2013 summer. Official alcoholic. Snuck up on me, didn't know what the hell was going on. That's the thing about this stuff, man. Once your tolerance level gets so high, you're drinking like it ain't nothing. You're drinking brandy like it's water. It's a terrible thing because you don't think about it. You're losing all kind of perceptions on that shit. Your perceptions on life just straight turn into trash, garbage. Then you see yourself becoming just like who? Your pops and your uncles, who are all just high tolerance level drinkers. Straight whack as fuck. Like Troy Maxon, remember that character from the Fences movie when Denzel played that villain, the Troy Maxon character. A lot of black fathers from the early days, 70s, 80s, 90s. Man, that character just reminded me a lot of all those old dudes. Straight up, functioning alcoholic. That was way too normalized in FBA culture in the early days. Maybe still even today now. Anyways, from the GI doctor down there, Colonial Mills. From there, went to see my big homie, Dr. Dane. My PCP, Lake Conway Urgent Care. God bless that guy, man. That's my doctor that turned my whole shit around. He almost kicked my ass. I went to go see him for my checkups, told him what was going on, and he just straight jumped on me, man. I thought he was gonna swing and land a haymaker on my jaw, man. He was the guy that gave me some daps, some props for working 2 jobs at night, going through all these different madman paths to stay on point, to keep fighting a good fight. Let me break it down. Let me try to do an impression of Dr. Dang when I went to see him. I think it was in 2017, I think it was. He was like this, in a deep, like Vietnamese type of accent.
Okay, blood pressure a little high. Let me see. Okay, Davey, what you doing? Okay, have a beer every day? 1 beer, that's it? 1 beer, 1 shot? 1 shot per day? That's it? 2 shots a day, 1 beer. Okay. No? How many shots on weekend? 2 shots? 3? What you doing?
He was looking at me and he was seeing that I was bouncing around the question. And yo, man, straight up the dude just slammed the clipboard down. He got in my face, man. He said,
let me tell you something, Dave. This shit will kill you. Stop going in the fucking liquor store. You got a family. I don't want to see you in the liquor store no more. You're going to die. Do you understand me? Understand me?
I was like, whoa, man, I never had a doctor talk to me like that, man. His words just penetrated my soul, man. So truthful, so caring, Just a nice, positive, royal kick in the ass, man. Straightened me up. So yeah, man, those little Vietnamese fists cold connecting to a ninja's jaw, knocking your boy Dave Ski Cole the F out. Waking up knowing and feeling that practicality as my new reality. Spending 20s and 10s and you want to grow up to be just like them. Criminals, thieves, and drunks. No, thank you. It was a jungle sometimes, and I got the message. Man, I quit in 2018. I haven't had a beer, wine, liquor, all that garbage, man. Straight down the sink. Done. Haven't had a drink in many, many, many moons. And I'm thankful to the Lord, man, that I had released that off my soul. You know what I mean? You just have to reboot a cipher. Get a new cipher, man. Hang out with dudes that don't drink. Because I tell you, when I stopped drinking in 2018 spring, by the time Thanksgiving came around, celebrations in our family are very festive. So they're passing around beer, liquor, wine, everything. And I told my whole family, man, yo, no thanks, I'm good. I stopped drinking, I don't drink anymore. Then they all just start busting out laughing. I'm sitting at one of the tables in the house, in my pop's house, and they just kept on serving me glasses, wine, shots, everything. Next thing you know, they come back to the table. I wasn't touching nothing. They would look at me and be like, yo, Dave, you ain't touching your drinks. Then I'm standing firm on this shit like stoicism. I'm looking at them like, yo, I told y'all, this is not a healthy lifestyle. I'm not drinking. This is horrible. Putting this into your body. Then they just kept on laughing.
Come on, man. Ain't never do drink, man. Come on, have a drink.
You have to change your cipher, man. It would never work if you're hanging around the same people to do the same things. You know what I mean? Like, DJ is, God bless him and his family. I was hanging out with him more after I stopped drinking, and other cliques and crews. Is from Insomniac Magazine, world's only hip-hop trade publication. And even though, he's a metalhead, switched to hip-hop, hardcore hip-hop, and went through the whole gamut of hip-hop through Insomniac. But yeah, he probably still is a metalhead. But anyway, he's got the Sounds from the Underground podcast on Apple Podcasts. And the Schoolie D interview was like one of my favorites. But still, he wasn't really a drinker like that. So we just switched ciphers, man. And then my homie JP, another way to do it, you just look at dudes that went through worse scenarios than you, and they came up out of it okay. I mean, my man JP, he's the Iron Man of the quicksand workforce, man. Iron Man, straight up. Dude works like average of 85 hours a week. Sometimes the dude might throw down to 110 hours a week. Workaholic, man. Switch from alcoholic to workaholic. He keeps himself busy so he can lay off the sauce. And I looked at this guy like, wow, he made it through. Dude got hit by cars, survived cancer 3 times, DUIs, the whole 9. But he got out of it, got his life back together. You know what I mean? Now he's a happily married man, chilling on the wagon, laying off the sauce, chilling. And that's it, man. You just look at dudes that's doing worse than you, came up out of it, man, got better. And you say, wow, if he could do that shit, I know I could get my ass on the wagon and stay on that bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. JP, man, he's one of those dudes that could win like a soft white underbelly platinum award, man. Dude almost died multiple times off the wagon and still was able to resurrect his life. Come back from hell. Now he's chilling. I know that nobody's gonna hear me out on all this stuff because everybody has to go through their own paths of pain. I'm trying to influence y'all not to do it, to get on the wagon before you even get off the wagon. You don't even need to get in the ring, man, you know what I'm saying? This is just a flaw in the free will system of the humanoid experience. Corinthians 2:4 lays it all out, man. Demons got control of this world, and free will is it's kind of a scam because it really doesn't work here. So you have to go through pain in order to learn. So don't forget, man, y'all want to have fun, drink it up, pray to the porcelain gods the next morning. Here's a song for you. Cautionary tale about prom is for the kids that's coming up, because when they're going through grad night, prom night, what you gonna do? Before the prom and the actual grad night, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get fucked up. We all did. We all know this is just what's gonna happen when kids grow up and become adults. They're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna experiment, but maybe this song might bring a little bit of enlightenment to y'all and young folk I'm talking about. And maybe you might think twice about doing a whole bunch of bullshit during your prom night or grad night or over the summer and all that type of shit. The song is called Promzilla. Hope you enjoy it. Just me and my kid friends messing around in the studio, and we came up with this little cautionary tale of a song. Promzilla. Alright? You know what? If anybody wants to storyboard me a video to this song, I think it'd be a funny ass video to do. You'll get it once you hear it. Fair use, by the way, and all this music stuff. We're just studying music and hip hop and how all these sociological effects can be positive between different generations through song and culture. That's all. Peace, one love, day ski. I'm out. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. This cut is called Promzilla. Check it out.
Did you get your dress yet? I think I'm going style.
Baseball Helly, Fonzarelli, Michelle looked at the base bottom, took the trip Serengeti. Safari Beach balled, but not for long at the dope breath shot corsage. Ding dong, the girl comes. Talk of the town, medicine balls, top full, round and round. Anxiety tripping because she looked thinking Lincoln. Jimmy's all over the place, corrupting. A hole in your underwear, damn near felt a little fear. Gotta get the heck out of here. Her mom's took a flick, pops upstairs sleep. Why did you feel like you was on the creep? You was green as Gumby, but on a high. Cause tonight you felt like the biggest V.I.
Like what?
You're about to get it, and Jimmy's definitely with it.
Are you going for real?
Prom night. PROMNIGHT. Raging hormones at 2:45. And maybe, just maybe, a lady I'll be.
Walked in sharp, limo glistening, what a scene. Punch bowl spiked with some raggedy lean. Good thing he had Remy tucked up in the lapelli. Took a swig, then gave a sip to Michelle. Then got some punch, some virgin frizzy fruity. Remy to the head, no more acting stupid snooty. Didn't even know that you were on that mission. Dance floor bus, sneaky
Like what?
Wink to the DJ and up above. Lights went low, he put on How Deep Is You in Love. Oh, for real?
Prom night.
Like what's happening?
Prom night. That dress is nice.
Hey.
PROMNIGHT. Raging hormones at 2:45. And maybe, just maybe, a lady I'll be.
This is it. All after party's done, straight to the moat. Grab the coat. Damn, what the yo, man, what's my checking for the wallet, thinking that you forgot it. Right smack dab in the tux top pocket. Got the hotel key ready as can be. Got the prophylactics hats for Jimmy. Entered the room and she walked with the wobble. Then you said, "Now it's cool, this won't be no trouble." Gotta lay you down, then you hit the boom. But naked from the patio, enter the room. You say, "While I'm gonna love this girl," whole room spinning. Your stupid ass grinning. Your stupid ass grinning. This girl gets on top and calls collect. Oh, Earl.
Prom night.
I need some songs.
Prom night. Prom night.
Dave Ski.
I saw you with but y'all left.
Like non-stop?
I don't know, he's always smiling, so. Promzilla's all day, right?
Move to the left and move to the right. Put your face like you've seen 6 fright nights. Put your hands in the air, big guff. Took your Skrilla, now frolic. You got it. Do the Promzilla.
I need to have like energy, right? Energy.
Promzilla's all day, right?
Promzilla, baby. Troy McClure for Dave Ski and Featherlux Productions, reminding you to avoid alcoholic beverages so that you may enjoy your prom experience. Thank you for your comprehensive listening. Bye-bye now, and stay blessed.
Dave Ski.
A 2D Talks world premiere.
Father looks.